Welcome back. This is part 3 of the junk journal process that I'm going through with the bridal paper from Country Craft Creations. It's Here Comes the Bride. Look at this mess that I totally have on my desk. This is kind of what I go through now when I'm ready to start decorating my signatures. So the first thing I usually do is I go and I put lace on the edge of some of the pages. So I did that first, and I did that with all 3 of my signatures. So you'll see that I've got just different trims on the edge, some cuter than others. Okay, and so now I want to start adding little things here and there on the inside, but it is hard because you got to kind of keep it somewhat flat depending on how thick your spine is. I think I'll have some room to add a little bit of dimension, and I also will do the cover, and I'll save that until after I have the inside. So here are some things that I pulled. It's kind of messy. So I do have some odds and ends laces and doilies. So here's some trim. Here is an applique that I have. These are the trims that I used on the pages that I just showed you. So then I also pulled some flowers that I have that are in kind of some pinks and creams. This will probably be more for the cover when I get to that. So there's that. I can't stand the mess in the process, but woo. Here's some wooden butterflies that I have. I have some wooden sayings like "You stole my heart," "You're the one," "Load of love." Load of love? Shouldn't it be loads of love? Imagination of love. So anyway, I can incorporate some of those, but these are a little bit thicker, so that might have to be more on the cover of the signature. I have a blingy heart. I have a pearl. This might be good on the cover of a signature too, kind of like looking at it as like a handle or a pull to open it up. I have some sayings, so some words. I always like to add a lot of words and inspirational quotes and stuff. So I also have true love. I have some ephemera that I found in my stash. On your special day, just for you. What's this one say? I love you. Here's a flower. More ephemera. I did go ahead and ink the edges already. This, like I said, this is just stuff I have. I didn't go out and buy anything. Here's some little doily pieces, leftovers. These pearl pins. Again, more cover. I have some bling, adhesive bling. And just odds and ends stuff. So now and I have some metals too for like the corners of the pages. I have different ones. I have silver and bronze, and they're just little corner pieces, and I have different sizes too. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff. Okay, so now I'm just going to start laying things on my pages at random. Like I don't even know what it's going to look like until I actually start putting things down on paper. I don't have a plan ahead of time. So I don't want something on every single page because I do want room for pictures and for journaling. So a lot of times I'll just put things on the corner. So I'll start maybe with something like this. And then I might add like a button or something, something that's a little bit lower, not as thick. I might add a saying on top of this angled piece. So I might take one of these, and this says soulmate. So I might I'll show you. So if I use this corner piece, I might just put this word soulmate on top of it. And then I might put a little bow with seam binding on the corner here, just so that I have an area with some interest. I'm not going to do the whole page. So I either do a bottom corner, a top corner, or the edge. I don't really do anything in the middle. Okay, so I leave that open. So now it's just a matter of playing. So I will do one, and then I'll come back and show you what I came up with. Like when I do this page, you can insert a tag right here, but I might have something sticking out the side. Like I might put this off to the side, and then I don't know, maybe I'll do flowers on this also. And I love you. So I like pictures and sayings to go on the edges. Okay, So let me get started and I will come back and show you some examples of layering and how I do my pages, and then I'll do an example of a cover with you also. So this is what I came up with for one of my signatures. I kind of showed you what supplies I was using, and my pile got bigger and bigger as I went because I wanted some variety. But I'm not going to go through the process on every single signature. So I'm just going to walk you through and kind of give you some ideas on what I did. So I did have a wedding picture. I had to cut it even though it's old. I don't know who it is. Actually, Sin gave the picture to me. But I have a piece of lace on the cover, a little bit of a doily. The picture on top, I have one of those sayings that says "You are the one," with pearls, a little butterfly, cutouts here and there. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a little bit of that tissue from a pattern. On the inside then, I have a doily. I used one of the cut-aparts from the collection, and I have a metal angled corner. I have a piece of ephemera here for the corner. It says 2 souls, 1 heart, and I have some twine that I just tied a little bow. A saying with a little bit of a bling heart there. So here's that bag I had cut. I put a pearl trim across the top, layered 2 pieces of ephemera, the flower, and then I had some doily, and so I just kind of skirted it around the bottom, and I did put a cut apart in there. The other side I just put some flowers at the top. This one for the most part is empty. I guess I thought I left it open, but I didn't. Just something a little on the corner here. I had one of these flowers pre-made. I do have some banner pieces underneath, but it's really hard to see because it's very similar to the paper. This is a actual vintage picture with some really small flowers on the corner that I glued down. I had a little piece of doily. I thought it kind of looked like a bow, so I put that at the bottom. And one of the cut-aparts, so I left that open. Just some cut a piece of doily off and an angled piece up here. This was from a collection I had, and I just kind of trimmed around it and found one of the sayings and stuck it on there. Kind of, I don't know, it's something different, I guess. A tag, another saying. Here is a frame. I left it open, put a bow from the twine. Is that twine? Yeah. Piece of lace, piece of ephemera, a little piece of doily, and a button. This page I didn't do anything with except for the lace on the corner or on the edge. I have some adhesive gold trim. Here's the picture that I had mentioned earlier. Put a little bit of lace down at the bottom and a saying and a butterfly. This was pre-made, but it would be easy to make. I don't know where I got it. It says love. I did a scratch. It says new beginnings. So I used too small of a stitch, and so my paper started to rip. This what do you call it? Oh, what do you call it? The book page. Anyway, it was so small of a stitch that it started to rip. This is really old paper, so I just glued the edge and made it like a pocket right there, and added some little ticket and a flower. I have a saying that's about special, or on this day. Again, plain. I'm thinking a picture would go here. Cut some of the paper collection from one of the Country Craft Creations. I think it was the music box, and I cut that out and just glued it on to give it some color. I have a lace butterfly. It's fake, but it looks like it's lace. Cut apart. I had a bow down here. Another saying. It's a wedding saying. About 2 hands, 1 heart. I cut some paper and just put it on the edge here. Left this one plain. Nicole actually made this tag for me, and I keep things, and so now I can use it on my page here, and then it will open and you can put a tag inside. Who gave me this to me? Sheila gave me some real pretty pink trim or applique, so I put that there. Glued some lace down and made it a pocket with a cut apart, and then I left the back page open. And then on the very back, I have a linen piece. It's got a bit of embroidery, the flowers, some of lace and then one of the cut aparts. So it got pretty chunky, not awful, but most of my signatures will probably be close. And I did learn that you need to have a larger stitch when you do your book because with the paper, some of it's starting to rip. But it's a junk journal, it'll work. If it falls out, I'll just glue it back in. So that's an example of what my signatures will look like. So I'll do the other two, and then I will do part 4. I know I usually do it all in one sitting, but I'm doing it in parts just to make it a little bit easier. Part 4 will be how to put the holes in the spine and put the elastics so that they will hold the signatures. And then I still want to do the cover of the actual album or journal. So that's how I did my signatures, and I will be back with part 4 soon.